what is APCMPC?
Exclusively for the photographers of Tripura. It started in 2015. There's a gulf of difference. I think this preventive aspect needs to be, focused the most. I love India.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel Tripura Broadcast. My name is Swapan, and in this video we have with us a prominent personality who catered the photography sector of Tripura. Despite being a medical person, we have with us Dr. Swapan Chaudhuri.
Hello.
Welcome to this episode, sir.
Thank you.
So basically throughout this video we will be discussing about photography, medicine, and majorly his interesting journey from Tripura to New York. So sir, you have been living in Tripura. You spent your school days in Tripura,
yeah.
Halahali.
Yeah, I was born and brought up here.
And brought up in Tripura. So basically we know you for APCMPC, right? So we as Tripura, people of Tripura, we know what APCMPC is, and especially the photography sector of Tripura. But for the viewers, what is APCMPC basically?
Well, APCMPC stands for Amiya Prabha Chaudhuri Memorial Photography Competition. Amiya Prabha Chaudhuri was my mother. She passed away a few years ago, and this is a photography competition exclusively for the photographers of Tripura in my mother's name. So, I wanted to promote photography, create interest of the young generation in this art through a competition, and I thought I should, name it after my mother.
Absolutely, that is really inspiring, right?
Oh, thank you.
Moreover, when it was started, APCMPC?
It started in 2015. That was the first competition we had, and it's continuing, and I hope to continue it in the future too.
So it has been really a long time, like 3 years?
4 years, this year was the fourth year.
Fourth year, so we got a very long, tenure for the APCMPC exhibition. So no doubt that APCMPC is positively influencing the photographers of Tripura. There is no doubt. I hope
so, and I think so, yes.
But in the long run, how do you think this exhibition would nurture the photographers of Tripura specifically?
See, it's not only an exhibition, there are monthly competitions, there are photo walks, photo workshops, and then there is our mega annual competition. See, when you have a competition like this where about 5,000 members compete and send pictures, not all of them send anyway, but it creates a sense of doing better. And this competition carries not a very bad amount of cash prizes. It was about rupees 3 lakhs this year. This is an incentive. And also through workshop and through monthly competition, we always try to encourage the photographers of Tripura so that they can create better, they can do better, and they can, some of them professionally, most of them amateurishly can progress and be successful in their professional life or in their amateur life.
So you are trying to make it a platform where they could judge themselves.
That's the correct word. It's a platform where you can step in, and it should be a step in a ladder where you go up. But I want to build the base. Building a strong base is very important, and I think that's what we are doing. And if we look at the submissions that we had the first year versus we had last year, there has been tremendous improvement. I was so happy this time. The submissions were so much higher standard than first year or second year. And a lot of people admits to me that it is because of APCMPC. They do the photography and they are improving. So that's where I feel my satisfaction.
Yeah, absolutely. That works as a compliment to the APCMPC.
And that was the whole reason of creating, this APCMPC. That concept was only for that. And that's the reason I restricted it to the people of Tripura. I had a lot of pressure to open it up for anybody, you know, because the prize money is substantial. But I said, no, I want to keep it for my Tripura. And I want only for the photographers of Tripura to have a platform where they can create, improve, and go forward.
Absolutely. So, talking about the young and budding photographers of Tripura, basically after DSLRs and many other cameras came, we could see a good amount of energy in the youth, especially regarding photography. So, how would you like to guide them, those who want to choose photography as a career in Tripura?
Well, you know, right at this moment, what I think is that the scope of professional photographers in Tripura is somewhat limited because of the fact that other than wedding and event photography, there is not much scope of, say, for example, commercial advertising, fashion photography, and all those which actually are money makers. You do a, you know, fashion photographs for a famous company, they pay you a lot. As far as profession is concerned, money is the main issue, right? So if you restrict it to Tripura, the scopes are limited. But, you know, the good part of it is in the days of internet now, the world has become a very small place. You can do anything, anywhere, communicate with anybody, and then get your work done for somebody else you have never seen. Absolutely. That's one good part. And I actually know a few of them who are actually doing pretty good outside Tripura. Yeah.
So, why do you think that starting and publicizing a photography-specific sector, why do you thought of publicizing and starting a photography-specific sector and not in the field of medicine that you have studied?
See, medicine is my profession. Photography is my passion. I started doing photography when I was in 4th grade. I was 10 years old and my brother gave me an Agfa Click 3 camera, which was like 18 rupees at that time. I still have that camera, by the way. After 50 years, I still have it in my collection. But anyway, this is my passion. And I wanted to grow the passion through the young photographers of Tripura. And that's why I thought photography would be the best medium to, you know, fulfill my desire to improve the culture or the artistic aspect of it in Tripura.
In Tripura. Mm-hmm. So you told of the internet thing, like life has become a small place, world has become a small place for internet. So talking about the internet, how do you think the photography evolved with the evolving of internet?
Publication. I mean, think about it. I read somewhere a couple of months ago, there are about 5 billion images uploaded every day on the internet. 5 billion images, okay? So before internet, it was just not possible for, say, you to publish a picture taken by you in Tripura, in Agartala, in an internet site in New York. You could not do that, right?
Absolutely.
So right now, if you are a member of a photographic forum or something in New York, you can just put your photograph on the internet on that forum and the whole world is there to see it. So the scope is actually unbelievable. It's limitless. There is no limit to what you can do with the internet. Facebook, you know, everybody knows Facebook. There are billions of pictures get uploaded in Facebook. And our competition is basically Facebook based. And you will be surprised, there are quite a few physicians in the United States that I know that follow our site and tell us, oh, Swapan, I had a good picture on your site today. You know, there are Americans that tell me, yeah, I saw a very nice image I liked. It was not possible without internet. Just impossible.
Just impossible, absolutely. We crafted for you a rapid fire round. You need to answer the question and do not think of the consequences of your answers. Absolutely. Are you ready?
Wow, that might be in trouble. Okay, we'll do that. I'll take it.
Absolutely. So you have experienced both life of Tripura as well as a developed country's lifestyle. So which food do you prefer, Indian or non-Indian?
Absolutely Indian.
Absolutely Indian. Which lifestyle do you prefer? A lifestyle of village or an urban lifestyle?
Village.
Village. Oh, so that's really interesting. Do you hold interest in politics? Yes or no?
No.
Oh my God, that's fine. That's
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Got it. Did you give a thought of choosing photography as a career? Yes
No.
or no? No. Okay. So could you define your experience? This is not a rapid fire round. This is not a rapid fire question. You can think of that and then answer that. Could you define your experience with foreign land in one word?
I love India.
That's really touching.
Thank you.
Okay. So moving again, you have been staying in Halahali. You born and brought up.
I was born and brought up there.
Fine. So your schooling was within Halahali and Manikbhander.
Correct.
As I know.
Yes.
So could you give us a glimpse of those days when you were just a school kid and nothing else?
Well, memories are always fine, beautiful, and especially I don't think there will be one person in your viewer who will deny that the childhood was the best part of their life, right? Like yours, like mine, so childhood was the best part. What I think different is our childhood was much simpler than the childhood of this generation that I am seeing. I come from a very ordinary middle-class family. My father was a simple, small businessman. We did not have much. So we did enjoy whatever we had. I'll just give you a small example. I was the only kid in the village who had a tricycle. You know, this small cycle. I was the only one. So I was the leader. I could tell the other people in line who is going to use my tricycle, in childhood. I was the only one who had a football. So I was the leader. Life was simple. Study, go to school, come back, play, sleep. We did not have smartphone. We did not have internet. We did not have TV, nothing. But when I look back, I believe those are the best days of my life. Simple, fun-filled, joyful.
You feel that the previous days, the vintage days, as we like to quote it was much more simpler and efficient and like funful, right?
I think so. I think everybody thinks that.
Okay. So you started from Halahali, you studied till class 12th, I guess, in...
11, because 11. At our time it was 11th grade and then you appear the higher secondary examination.
Okay.
It was not 12.
Okay. So actually I didn't know that.
Right. You were not born there at that time.
Absolutely. So could you briefly take us through your journey from schooling at Tripura to your masters at New York?
Well, I completed my higher secondary from Manikbhander. Then I had my pre-medical studies done in the pre-medical college of Tripura. At that time, there was a pre-medical section there because we did not have a medical school. So they had a pre-medical, and then based on your result, you go ahead and get selected at the different medical colleges of India as the government of Tripura gets the seats from there. So I went to Orissa, went to VSS Medical College. Finished my MBBS, came back, did a year of residency in pediatrics at the VM hospital. I actually was the first pediatric resident to complete 1-year residency in VM hospital under Dr. Bikash Rai, one of the great pediatricians this state ever had. Then I joined the government service as a grade 5 health officer in Tripura government, and I was posted in Amtali. And I completed my 5 years of bond service, and that was from 1985 to 1990. And in September of 1990, I emigrated to United States. And since then, I've been living there. To answer your question simply, the master's was, as you mentioned regarding APCMPC, there was a platform. The master's was actually a platform to prepare myself for the field of medicine, to buy some time, but so that I could prepare for my medicine board exams. The master's was done in the institute called New York Institute of Technology. It's in New York, Westbury, and they are very good at some subjects, and I did my master's in clinical nutrition.
Coming back to the photography sector, you have been working towards the photography, nurturing of photography in Tripura. So you are a medical person. So what are the other sectors that you want to work upon or you aspire to work on, specifically when constrained to Tripura?
People have their dreams and fantasies. I sometimes wonder if I, win a big lotto. In the United States, the lottos they run, they are like, you convert the money to Indian money, it's like 600, 700, 800 crores. one price. So, I drive to work, I see big billboards, oh, the price is like $480 million. So I convert it in my mind and I said, what am I going to do if I get all this money? I'm going to go back to Tripura. I'm going to keep some money away from my wife and my kids and then go and invest the majority of this in healthcare field in Tripura, just to establish a small hospital where, I will do and practice medicine the way it should be done.
Okay. So you want to work in the field of medical?
Yes, absolutely. In addition, see, photography is the passion. It will stay there. But when it comes to my professional life, of course, my first choice is to help the people of Tripura out in the field of medicine the way I do, the way I practiced medicine basically my whole professional life in the United States. I want to give them the best. So, I wish I could do that.
Okay. So, moving forward, being a medical person who served initially at a rural healthcare center, if I'm not wrong, from 1985
to 90.
Yes, in Tripura. Then you moved forward to work in a developed country like USA. What are the sectors of healthcare and medicine that you think should be worked upon by the respective authorities of Tripura?
You put me in a difficult situation because of the fact that this question cannot be answered simply, because there's a gulf of difference. I'll be honest with you. I personally think I had my degree in India, but everything I have learned about medicine is actually in that country because of the training and the atmosphere. I don't blame the Indian system. Our resources are so limited, our population is so vast, and most of them being just illiterate or less literate, they don't know the aspects of healthcare they should be taking care of. So it's just impossible to compare these two because they are so different. Every aspect of it, to answer your question, needs to be improved. But I think the part that needs to be improved most is the preventive care. Because we do not have the resources to treat once the disease happens. How you do it, I will give you an example. Encourage people to stop smoking. It's related to so many cancers. So encourage people to stop smoking, make them health aware that no, nobody should smoke, then you get these are the benefits. I think this preventive aspect needs to be focused the most in order to improve the healthcare in this country and specifically in Tripura.
So till 1990, you experienced health sector of Tripura.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you are coming to Tripura after a long time, or maybe once a year or twice a year. So what are the changes that you feel has occurred in Tripura compared to that era?
Well, definitely there are improvements. There are more healthcare facilities, there are more modern hospitals, and there are more facilities available. Give you a simple example, a CT scan was not available at the time when I left the country, when I left Tripura in 1990. I don't remember that there was a CT scanner in any of our hospitals. I may be wrong, but I don't remember. But now, you have the CT scanners everywhere. Ultrasound was just being developed. So there are so many other fields. We had subspecialties, very few at the time, but now we have many more subspecialties. Doctors from outside Tripura are coming to help us out. So there are certain definite improvements which happen.
So before even leaving our channel, what is the message that you as a medical person and a passionate photographer would like to convey to the youth of Tripura?
Two things. I would say I have two things to say. As far as medicine goes to the youth of Tripura, my sincere request would be, to abstain from smoking, drinking, drug abusing, and all those bad habits that in the long run, makes them pay dearly. They should abstain from bad habits and, culture or nurture good health habits, exercise, eat properly, take care of their health. This is a general message for any person in Tripura, whether they are youths or not, whether they're old or young, photographers or not. Take care of your health, because most people do not understand that we doctors cannot cure 95% of the diseases. We can't do it. Medicine is still in its infancy. We don't know much. So the best part is to prevent, and the simple prevention, like not smoking, not drinking, not doing drugs, are very important steps, because once you have it, you have it. So don't get your disease, because you will not be able to cure it. Other than some infectious diseases, we cannot create anything. I'll tell you, it's like a joke. It's a standard joke. So somebody asked the doctor, you know, he went to the doctor, and the doctor is a big one, so he asked, "Doctor, can you cure asthma?" "No." "Can you cure blood pressure?" "No, I cannot cure high blood pressure. I can control it." "Can you cure cancer?" "No." "Can you cure diabetes?" "No." You don't know ABCD, you know, asthma, blood pressure, cancer, diabetes. You don't know ABCD of medicine. How are you going to treat me? So, you know, you get the joke. We can't fix anything. So the only way to do is to prevent. That would be my message to the people of Tripura. As far as photographers goes, those who are taking it as a profession, yes, by all means, learn, go ahead, get your, you know, footsteps solid in a broader circle, and establish yourself, work hard. Those who are amateurs like me, remember, life without a passion is not good. Just earning money, going home and doing nothing, no. You have to have a passion. And if your passion is photography, keep it up. Keep the flame burning, do it, advance, study, do better. Above all, enjoy your passion. Enjoy your photography. Don't think how many people in Facebook gave like to your picture. No, but you should do something that you actually enjoy. Then after a stress, you know, my wife is my best model, okay? I take portraits. After a lot of days when I'm very stressed at work, at the hospital, and I come back home and tell her, I'm going to take some pictures of you tonight. So I have a studio in my basement. I do it, she poses for me. If I can take one good picture, it makes my day. My stress is gone, I feel good, and I think that I have created something, and it makes me feel much better. So this is a stress reliever. So to the amateurs, yes, keep that passion. That will help you live longer and happier.
Absolutely, that was really inspiring message from your side. So how the photographers can participate in
APCMPC? It's open. You just need to be the member of the group. It's not a group actually, a member of the platform. And then you submit your pictures in the monthly competition and the yearly competition. And then, you know, there are a panel of judges. They will select the pictures. And, you know, for example, we just finished our annual competition, but the monthly competition for the January of 2019, we gave a theme. Normally what we do, we give a theme for the month. So this month's theme is joy, like Anando, happiness, joy. So, you know, people will start submitting from the 5th of this month on the subject, joy.
On that note, I hope that the viewers, especially the photographers, got plenty of guidance to follow. We strongly hope that APCMPC transforms the photography sector of Tripura some way or the other. And sir, you keep influencing us all the time. That's our aspiration from you, that you keep inspiring us.
Thank you, I will try it.
And again, thank you for joining Tripura.
You're very welcome. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.